How's it going? My name is Drew. Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be going over the iPad photo booth business and how you can get started for under $300. Okay, so before we get into the video, I do want to say a couple things. First off, thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I make content like this on tons of different businesses. I go into it how you guys can get started the cheapest way possible on pretty much everything that I do. And before I get into what you guys are going to need to buy, I'm going to leave my affiliate links for Amazon. All the stuff is on Amazon besides the software in the description. So go down there, click it, purchase it. You know, the first step is really just getting your equipment. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is this newer 18-inch ring light kit. What this is going to do, it's going to basically be the foundation for your photo booth. The stand obviously holds up the ring light. The ring light is what's going to give off the light for your images. Since this is an iPad photo booth, you really have to keep in mind that the quality of these photos are not going to be superior to a traditional photo booth that is done by a DSLR, like a professional grade camera. And plus you're using the front camera for the iPads, which are usually typically not better than the back cameras, and even the back cameras don't really compete with DSLR quality cameras. But yeah, that's not gonna make or break your business. People like to rent these iPad photo booths because they're fun, and that's basically it. It's just an entertainment piece and also does take decent photos. Not great, but decent. I like to say good enough. So this is the first thing you're gonna need to buy. As you can see, it is only $96.99. Sometimes on Amazon prices fluctuate, but this is usually what I see it at. Also included in this kit, you're gonna get a little case here that just fits your ring light. You can also stuff a few side pieces in there, like the iPad if you'd like, and the iPad mount, which we'll go over shortly. Obviously comes with a power supply here, so you'll need to plug that in. You'll need power to run this light, and comes with these two filters here. I never use the orange one, just simply for the fact that if you use an orange filter, all your photos will have that type of tint. I always go with the white one, and I also notice it softens the light a little bit. Sometimes the light could be too bright, but yeah, it works. This is a prime item. You get it in about 2 to 3 days, just based on where you live, and you can't go wrong with $97 for majority of your photo booth. So the next thing you're gonna need is this thing right here. It is your iPad mount that also includes this little ball joint here. This basically gets screwed into the piece under the ring light. You'll put that piece connected to the iPad mount, you screw it in, and then you go back and you attach it basically right here to the, you can see where it goes. So it's pretty simple there. $11 for this piece, that's a steal. The great thing about this mount, it'll allow you to put your iPad in, vertical? So if you want to use the iPad this way, you can. You can also adjust it to go horizontal. Yeah, this is a must. You're going to definitely need this piece because the kit doesn't come with it. And another great thing about this mount here, it is adjustable, meaning you can adjust it to different size iPads. So if you decide you want to get a larger size iPad, you can, or if you want to downgrade, you can. Other photo booths are basically make you stick to one size because they're pre-built to fit a certain size and model iPad. So that's another great feature for this whole setup here. Okay, so now you pretty much have your whole photo booth shell. You have a way to hold your iPad, to secure it in place, you have your light. Now you just need an iPad. This isn't the best iPad for photos. Obviously the newer ones take way better photos because the cameras are better. But this here, you guys, this 9.7-inch iPad, it's the 32 gig, it's the 2017 model. It'll still work. You can definitely get by using this one. Not just for now. I bet this thing will still be, really, really good in a few years as far as quality goes. We have the model before this, the 2016. We use it all the time. Never had a complaint about image quality. The great thing about this iPad is the price. It's $180, which is crazy. Like, that's chump change. That's literally that's nothing, man. That's insane. And it is renewed, just meaning it's like refurbished, it's used. But since you're buying on Amazon, they do have a guarantee that all items will work. So when you get it, test it out, But definitely make sure your iPads are up to date and all the software stuff has been updated too, because that's really, really important. So now when you put all of those pieces together, this is what you get. So now you have your ring light, you have your stand to hold the light, you have your iPad mount that goes into the ring light, and you have your iPad. The next thing you're gonna need is software. And the iPad photo booth software that we absolutely love for beginners or anyone that's just looking to do it themselves is Simple Booth Classic. Let me first get out of the way the negative stuff about the app. I'm sure that's probably what you're wondering, like, okay, well, what's bad about it? Well, one, it has Simple Booth branding within the app, meaning when your guests are using the photo booth, they will see the Simple Booth logo, which can be confusing when they're, let's say they hire your company, it's called Johnny's Photo Booth. Then while they use your photo booth, they see Simple Booth. Honestly, we've never had an issue using that software. No one's ever came up to us and been confused. It's just something I've noticed and something I think can be an issue down the line. Another negative thing about the software is the features. You know, don't get me wrong, it has plenty of features. It just does not have the new features that other photo booth softwares have, such as video recording, you know, green screen magic, which is basically they take a photo and it removes the background for you without having a green screen, and just stuff like that. But I am gonna say that it has plenty of features to where it's enough and you could definitely get by running your business with this software and not having an issue with things that it can do. So let's talk about the good things. The good things about this app. First, number one, most important good thing is the price. $100 one-time fee, and I'm telling you, that is incredible. Other apps are gonna charge you guys $20 a month. That's for like Luma Booth. There's other apps like Curator that have monthly plans, or if you want to use it for one time, you have to pay. I don't remember the price, but you have to pay for the one-time fee. And there's other apps where it just gets really, really expensive. And then if you want to use more than one device, you have to pay again. And to me, I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather just pay once and use Simple Booth because I can use it up to 5 devices at once. So if you guys want to scale your business, right, and you start off with one photo booth, and you want to do 4 more events in a day, which is totally possible with this business, that's it. You don't have to pay for another device or another software to use it on those devices. So that's where Simple Booth really, really shines. And another pro is the Facebook group I'm going to leave down in the description. It's pretty responsive. You know, they have people on their team on that Facebook group that will monitor it. So if you write a question in the group, you know, expect about a day, they'll get back to you. And if they don't get back to you, someone else that uses that software will. So with that said, let's go ahead and go back to the other room. I'm going to show you guys what Simple Booth can do and why it is one of my favorite apps. So now I'm in the other room. I have the iPad photo booth set up. Simple Booth is installed, and I'm going to go ahead and hit screen record on the iPad so that you guys have more of a visual of what I'm talking about rather than just saying it. You can actually see. So we are recording. I'm going to go ahead and open up Simple Booth on my iPad. The first thing you're going to see when you open up the app is the settings page. This is where you go through everything and you customize it to your event. Meaning, you know, let's say you got hired to do Maria's hippie birthday party. It's something that we actually did. You'll have your gallery here and then all of the settings for the event. So, you know, let's say she wanted the 3 strips, the photos like this. You know, it's all set there. But let's say she just wanted this design here. It'll take 1 photo and then the other 2 will be laid out like that. But let's just go back to the classic 1x3. And then I'm not gonna go through every single thing here just because this isn't a video about a tutorial. This is more or less about how you guys can get started for under 300 bucks. And yeah, so let's go down. I'll just simply show you guys the coolest part about the booth. It is the editing part. This is where this photo booth, the iPad photo booth business shines. Is simple, regular, traditional photo booths, again, only print 2 strips or 1 strip. That's it. Once the printing is done, the experience is over. There's no interaction, and the amount of fun and entertainment from that booth compared to the iPad photo booths, it's not even a competition. The iPad photo booth is the best. Sorry, my dog is barking in the background. So let's continue. I have selected all of the editing tools, so I'm gonna go through it after to show you guys. And obviously below that, the props, you can go through and add whatever props that they have available to your event. And then lastly, second to last, you have the send options. It'll allow you to send your guests to send their photos via QR code, meaning they just open up the code, they scan it. That's pretty much useful when there's a big group of people. They just put that QR code up on the screen, everybody scans it. That way, you know, you don't have 10 to 15 people typing in their phone number individually. So that's super useful that this app has that. You can do email. That's usually for the older folks. Just from my experience, the older people love to send it via email. And then text message, which is majority of the people will do text message. And then again, lastly, before I open up the app to show you what it does, you can email. You can actually enter in the body, type it yourself. So, you know, if you're gonna do it, I highly recommend putting like, thanks for taking your photo at our event, call, put your number, and then your website. So let's go ahead, close this. Let's launch the top right corner here. You can actually put your booth into the test mode. And you know, if you want to check your photos first before you leave the event, you go to test mode. And the cool thing about it is it lets you know below your battery status, the space on your iPad, because that's important because your photos are also going to be saving to your iPad if you let it. It's just a nice fail-safe if there's no internet connection. And I'm glad I mentioned internet connection because if you guys are running this software, you're going to need connection to Wi-Fi. Whether that's Wi-Fi from an event, the venue, or if it's Wi-Fi from a hotspot that you brought, or if you paid extra to get an iPad that has LTE, meaning it's basically like a cell phone, meaning it runs its own internet connection. So okay, let's go to launch. So again, right here, you're gonna see the tap to start. This is the welcome screen that I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna hit tap. All right, and it's gonna close that. So that has noise. Okay, again, so now you see where I was talking about, where it says simple booth. That could be confusing if someone hires you and they see that. But anyways, let's move on. Now we are at the editing section of the experience. So now you have right here, the top one. I'm gonna give it a press. You can change the order of the photos. So let's say you want the third one to be the first one. Boom, just like that. And then next option is, I believe this is the crop tool for the borders. You could do that, which honestly, I never really have this option selected. No one ever uses it and it doesn't even really look that cool. But you can move down to filters. This is really neat. It's just like Instagram where you can go through and add filters just like that, but let's leave it normal. And that brings me to one of the, I guess you would say my third favorite function here is the rearrange. No, it's my second one. I take that back. It's my second one besides the digital props. You can rearrange the layouts. You can even after make it a GIF. So you hit this right here and then it'll make it a GIF, or you can make it a single photo, or you can change the layout, which is really, really neat. So for this experience, let's just leave it here. I like this one. And then lastly, the next function you can do is digital props. Go ahead and press the mustache with glasses symbol. And yeah, like I said before, let's click these hippie glasses here. Boom, it adds it right to the faces. And then to the left, you can see what face was selected. So, okay, let's say I'm happy with the photo. You know, your guests are gonna hit send, and that brings you to the screen where you see text message, email, scan. I'm gonna go ahead and just text it to myself. I'm gonna cut this. So obviously I'm gonna cut this part out. I don't want you guys to have my number. So I'm gonna enter my number, hit send, and then I'll show you guys what I get on my phone. All right, so I just submitted the number. I'm gonna wait. It usually takes about 15 to 30 seconds depending on the connection. So in my case, it took about 5 seconds to get to my phone. You're gonna see this. I don't know if you could see it, but let me go ahead and focus. Yeah. Then I click the link and it's gonna bring me to that right there, the photo. And then I hit share this pic. It gives you options to upload it straight to social media, or you can go straight to just download, which is in the center. And that's pretty much it for the software. Obviously, you could have texted the photo or used the QR code. It's pretty much the same process, obviously just a different way. And now I just want to recap everything. You guys should now have your complete photo booth set up. You have the light, the stand, the iPad mount, the iPad, and now you have your software. So everything together, if you factor it in, should cost a little bit below $400. I know that I had mentioned earlier in the video that it would be $300. In the intro, I said $300. And that is if you open up the Amazon credit card. I preach this credit card in every video that has to do with Amazon products. All you have to do is apply. Once you get approved, Amazon's gonna give you $100 worth of Amazon gift card. You can then use that to purchase your photo booth. So it's a no-brainer. And if you guys want to purchase any of the stuff that I mentioned and you wanna get your own photo booth started for 300 bucks, go in the description. I'm gonna leave all the links for that. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, please make sure to subscribe, like the video, and just for fun, I'm gonna go ahead and show the photo that I took from this booth. I don't know how else to end the video. So here's the photo. See you guys in the next video.